play a little bit of Spirit real quick, give people a chance to get notified before they come in. Want to have a quick discussion about these Willie Lynch letters and how they have destroyed our people. The things that they did to us have destroyed our people, and you can see it even till today.
You gotta feel it. It's something. I'm trying to tell you.
Or it must come, it must go. Cause that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my bro. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, ancestors won't hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, ancestors won't hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressors and fear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressors and fear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Don't fuck with my spirit, don't fuck with my spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it.
Don't fuck with me when I'm in my blood. My ancestors, they cause a shit. I can't control how they get. Calling out the band and it's off with they head. Kiss be repeated. My eyes crying red. I feel all they get. My ancestors, if they won't leave my memory.
Great seeing everyone. All praises to the Most High.
They call us a witch. Our souls got drip. I know that is power. This magic hour. Yeah. This magic hour.
Or it must come, it must go. Cause that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my bro. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit, ancestors won't hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit, ancestors won't hear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressors and fear it. Cause I got the keys, oppressors and fear it.
All right, family. I only got a little bit of time right now, so I want to show you something. The sister made this video about the Willie Lynch letters, and it is a short little clip, but it shows you, you can see it today. You can see what they did to our people today, how they've messed up our women, they messed up our men, they messed up the home. But the thing is, what you're gonna see is that these Edomites and these other nations, they don't fear the physical. What terrifies them is the spiritual understanding that we have, our minds, our spirit. That's why they were content with destroying the mind, but keeping the body strong. That's what they did to our men. Kept the body strong, but destroyed our mind. Because we are the leaders. We are the protectors. Without a mind, we're just nothing but we're them. Without our mind, we are them. We are just like all the other 99% of the Psalms 83. That's how they made us be like the ones who vomited up the wisdom. When they vomited up their wisdom from the Odes of Solomon, they had a strong body, but no mind, no way of thinking. Through Willie Lynch, they did exactly that to our people. We had our women who were raising up their children, the men and the boys and the girls, but they reversed the roles. Without a man in the house, and that's why all these women today say, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Yes, you do. I said, because if you don't, you're going to reverse the roles. And then the man who's supposed to be the leader, who's supposed to be also the spiritual leader, will then not have any of that knowledge, understanding, and then he becomes just like these these zombies that run around here in this whole world, running around here with no mind, no way to critically think, no way to get information and then critically think for themselves. They only have to have all the thinking being done for them. And see, this is what they have. This is what terrifies them. Like I said, they want us strong physically. That's what they want. They want us to have no mind and no spirit. When they start seeing people like myself and other brothers and sisters who have awakened and who can think for themselves, who have a spirit, right, and a mind, that is what is terrifying them. Because they know that they cannot contend with us spiritually or mentally. Heck, even physically, we know that too. But once you start to put the spirit with the body, it's a wrap for them. And they absolutely know this. This is why, I'm cracking up with all these videos talking about the Germantown church and how they didn't give any formula to that lady, and the black pastor who called her a witch for going and calling, asking for formula, and the church said no. And all of a sudden, all these super Christians have just popped up. Oh, I can't believe this. This just exposes the church. No, this exposes you. Because all of you people in Psalms 83, all of you immigrants, have sat there and watched how this country has taken everything from us and given it to you. They couldn't even give us, we are that woman, and we just get some formula. Can we just get that? And the church says, hell no. Society says, can we get reparations? Hell no. Can we get any help? Hell no. And all of you are guilty because you watched how we have been treated horribly. That was just a microcosm of a macro problem. That was just a small little microcosm, all right, of what you've been doing on a macro scale. So don't act like you're just going to talk about the churches like, oh, and all of a sudden, it's funny. So one girl keeps doing all this research into the Germantown pastors' dealings and stuff like that. And she starts, as soon as she starts going in, she's finding all these discrepancies. And they pulled out a loan for $2 million, but they haven't fixed the church. I'm like, that's no different than your religion. The Most High hides a matter. He hides it under the surface, but it's not. It doesn't take that much effort to really start to realize that your churches are all full of crap, and that your churches are having nothing but lying to you. The Democrats and Republicans doing exactly the same thing. It's not like it takes that much, peeling back. And plus, I got plenty of videos. All you gotta do is go back and look at the videos. I pretty much all the information a lot of information you need is right there. Other brothers and sisters have done videos. You can go to their channels and look at theirs, and it's going to expose what your churches have been doing, what your society's been doing. So don't make it sound like you haven't had the opportunity to hear the truth. You've just chosen to ignore the truth. And now at the end, you all want to play dumb, like you didn't realize that your churches were like this. You know that. You already know that. So please, stop. I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear the BS. So let me play that the sister's video real quick. Because I said she broke down the whole Willie Lynch and the whole mindset of like our women want to be independent and this, that, and like how no other women in any other culture wants to be like that. Ours was done to us strategically. They made the men weak and docile, spiritually, mentally, but especially spiritually, because they don't want us to be the leaders that we were created to be. Okay, so hold on.
Emasculated the men in front of us. The people. Oh, you an independent black woman, huh? You know how you got like that? This book right here, the Willie Lynch letter. We need to understand how we got the way that we are today. Toe down from the flow down, black women. We really are. We think being strong, independent black women is flex. It's really not. You ain't never heard no Chinese people like, I'm a strong Chinese woman. No. They say break her spirit, but don't kill her. She's great for economics. What they did was they emasculated the men in front of us, the people who we thought were our protectors, who could save us from such a situation. And they made us see how they couldn't do nothing for us at that time. And our mindset shifted. It turned us nurturers into survivors, forcing us women to be stronger than we were supposed to be because the men were taken away, they were killed, they were beaten all in front of us. You do when the only part of protection that you feel like you have is stripped and taken away from you. You start to raise your children in opposite roles. Yes, you do. Because you're in fear that the thing that happened to your man will happen to your son. So you stand up, you be independent, you be strong, because they're not gonna kill you. But that boy that you have, that son, you teach him to be physically strong, but mentally weak. Okay, so I'm gonna read this part really quickly. It says, we reversed nature by burning and pulling a civilized nigger apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from her psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. For fear of the young man's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent, but physically strong. Because she has become psychologically independent, she will train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. Wow. What do you have there? The perfect recipe for an independent black woman. Damn. Oh, you an independent black woman, huh? You know how you got like that? This book.
And that is what they have done to our people. So it wasn't it was definitely on purpose. It wasn't an accident that when they were giving our women EBT, Section 8, they made sure the men were not in the house, because they wanted to continue the role reversal. This is why they gave the other nations money. They gave them Section 8 EBT, but let the men stay in the house in order for them to keep the roles the way that they were intended to be. But you other nations have seen this, and you said nothing. This is why, you think of it like this also. They always talk about if you pray to your ancestors, or you give praise to your ancestors, or you acknowledge your ancestors, that you're acknowledging demons. That's demon worship. So, did my ancestors that you just hooked up to 4 different horses and ripped apart, did he become a demon because you killed him? Did my ancestors who you beat to death in front of our women, when they died, did they become a demon? When you raped our men in front of our women and then you killed them, or you castrated them in front of our women and they died, did they become a demon? Or was the demon what was left here on the earth to destroy our families? That was not a demonic, those were demonic actions that you did against our people. See, the demons got to stay because this area, this is your time to rule and reign in your demonic kingdom. But now the Most High has raised us up back again. And now the men, the ones that have been chosen and awakened this time, are standing up in great boldness against those that have destroyed them. Now you are terrified. This is exactly why you don't come against people like myself, people in this truth. You only go against the ones that you set up. Because again, you train them to be, look, if you're only reading 66 books, you are mentally and spiritually weak. You might be physically strong and talk about how hard you are. And I went to prison. I got a 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade education. I'm a real nigga. But physically, yeah, you're strong. But mentally and spiritually, you are nothing. You are weak. Because you allow a base man to dictate what you read. You allowed a base man to dictate your breakdown of scriptures that aren't even his book. So see, this is exactly what they fear. They fear the fact that you don't depend on them, but you depend on the Most High and the Holy Spirit to lead you, because they don't have a connection to the Most High or the Holy Spirit. So therefore, they can't be led by them. This is why as soon as I start seeing 66 books only, 80 books only, I don't touch 2 Esdras 14. I don't touch Revelation 6 and 8 and the 4th part. That lets me know that you are a base nigga. You know, I said, because you are following these other people. You are base. You are no different than the base man who is telling you what you can and can't read. The true kings are going to do what? Search your matter out. So all these dudes want to be kings without doing the work. You see what I'm saying? Understand that? So like I said, it's very evident, and you can see it today. Like, you know, all these TikToks, all these videos, but all these women who don't have men, got 4 or 5 kids, 6, 7, 8 kids, but the man is their man is not around, and the only one around is the government. And now I see other videos popping up where these women are like, I can't wait till you get your ass out my house. I said, I can't stand you. I said, you don't listen, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're disrespectful, this, and that. I'm like, well, that is what happens when there's no man in the house. When there's no man in the house to give direction. And the thing is that very few men are actually capable of giving direction, because they have been raised in this Willie Lynch system where they are physically strong, but mentally and spiritually weak. And this is why we need the help of the Most High and the Holy Spirit. But don't worry though, you other nations. The same shit is going to happen to you. That man that you seem to think is going to protect you, he won't be in a position to protect you soon. That person you think is so smart and has got all this money and can protect you and take care of you, real soon, that's going to be taken away. Those kids that you love and you think are just these little angels, the Most High, go to Joel 3 and 6, Jeremiah 30:16, Revelation 13:9 and 10, let you know you ain't going to be keeping them kids very long. So I just wanted to touch on that real fast, I said, because this explains our situation, but it explains your future, Gentiles, because this is what's going to happen to you. Much love, family. Shalom.